How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is your boy Mars. As you guys see today, it's a really nice special video for you guys because I'm going to show you guys how to tune a drag car here on CarX Street on PC. Really been enjoying the heck out of this game. Really like everything they did to it and they've done to it. And of course, you can tune in this game. So by having that and the tire setup and the car, the way they look and everything, pretty much just decided on definitely playing the game and going that route on the drag racing. Of course, that's my channel, everything about drag racing, and yeah, decided on making a video here for you guys. So everybody new to the channel, like always, hit the subscribe button, and pretty much let's get right to it. So we're here on CarX Street. The game looks incredible. We have here in the background a Mustang that I'm going to show you guys how to build and tune. But for now, let's take it out for a little spin here real quick while talking about the game. So all in all, the game is it surprised me a lot with everything that it has and that they gave to us with this game, and from the traffic control to just the graphics to the detail they put in the tuning aspect of the cars. They did a heck of a job. They did a heck of a job on it, and that's really what I just wanted to say. Is recommend you guys definitely get the game. I mean, for me it was about 21 US dollars or so. So definitely recommend you guys getting it. And good car selection, great customization for the cars, and also the attention to detail on the environment and also the tuning aspect of these cars. Oh my gosh. All in all, just wanted to say that. But let's go here, bring out the cell phone. Let's go right to the tuning. One of the things is, yeah, let's go into tuning real quick. And then from there, we're going to take the car outside, do a couple of passes, and show you guys that part of it. So pretty much what I do is just go to the engine. Of course, there is engine swaps. So if you do press X, you have all these engine swaps you can put into it. If you can kind of read their names, you will know what kind of engines these are. Like this is an LS, this is a 2JZ, stuff like that, RB26, things like that. But that's what that is. I kind of just leave the cars alone with the original engine. So when you get to your level 33 and higher, you're able to unlock pretty much everything. So here you guys got that. I have everything on ultimate, so that's going to be the highest you can put on all the parts. So just make sure to put all these parts on ultimate. If not, just go elite. But ultimate is the way to go. Put all the parts there ultimate, and that is that with that. So now we're going to go to the transmission. First hands, before you go into the transmission, make sure to press X again, and it's going to bring you to this screen here where you can pick what transmission you want. So far, this right here has been a really good transmission. The one right before the last one. And it's just been great. It's been working good. The cars, the way the cars shift and everything like that has been great. So I'll be using this one here so far. Besides that, then you're going to go down and pretty much change everything here besides the drive. That's all you're going to do is make that either a wheel, switch it from a rear-wheel drive to an all-wheel drive. But we're not going to do that. Of course, the car is a rear-wheel drive vehicle. And again, all the parts are just going to be ultimate. So pretty much simple with that as well. Now we're going to go to the body. Same thing with the body. Make sure to press X on there. And you have these different body reductions. All the way to number 4. Stage 4 is the best one to get, of course. You get the lightest weight possible on the vehicle. And then you go and put all of the ultimate parts on there. So that is that with that. And then now we're going to go to the suspension. Nothing here. You're just going to put everything ultimate. So put all the parts ultimate on there as well, but you don't have to press X or anything like that. Just put all of the parts you see ultimate. Now we're going to go right to the tires. The tires are pretty interesting because what I've been noticing, it's not about how thick your tires are. It's more about how wide your tires are, so you can get the amount of grip possible. So what I like to do on all my cars is go the smallest I can go. So a 17-inch rim is the smallest you can go, but also get the widest on the rim of a 17-inch rim. So as you can see, 345 is the widest you can go. If you go to a 16-inch rim, you're going to only get 285s in the rear. So for like Hondas and things like that, 285 is great. But for the muscle cars, majority of them, you want to be at a in the threes, maybe like a 305, 325, or a 345 in the rear. In the front, I kind of just leave it alone at the factory size wheel that comes in, but I like to go to the thinnest front wheel possible of that size. So this vehicle came with a 19-inch rim, and I decided on making it small as I possibly could on a 225. So all in all, it looked great for the vehicle. Having the front bigger and the rear smaller gives it that overall proper drag look. Also, you got the spacers you can put on there. As you can see, I did put a front spacer ultimate just to make the wheel more flush to the fender there. And then at the end, you have these things right here, the tires. Now, when you go from the +5 racing tire and the +10, what that happens is it just inflates the tire and makes it bigger. But if you read the description there, it says the tire profile determines how quickly and accurate the vehicle will respond to maneuvers. Changing this profile with configure allows you to customize the car to your driving style. Now, this doesn't really do anything with grip per se, like it mentioned there. So you can go smaller with it, and then like that, you don't need to go big. But I kind of just leave it around a regular race. Sometimes some of these cars come with a +5 or a +10, and I leave it that way. But yeah, normally this is just going to work for your back wheel, and all it does is just inflates your back wheel, your tire. So that is that with that. You guys pick it to your style. Make sure to try to be as wide as possible. So that is that with that. So now what I do is I like to, once I build a vehicle like this, I like to go outside. There's a few drag spots that we like that we've been using. So let's go to the map here. Our main drag spot that we've been using is this bridge. We call it the bridge. You have the tuning spot right there, and you also have the gas station right there. So it's really neat. You guys are going to race from here all the way across the bridge, and go back and forth. And then also, if you want to tune, you go back over here, and then you'll tune there. So that's how that works. Besides that, let's go to the gas station, because it's very important after you make a build to go to the gas station, because you're going to press up on there and you're going to put the race fuel. Now the race fuel does do an effect to the vehicles. I've seen multiple changes with it, from having the stock fuel and the race fuel. So make sure to put the race fuel. Nitrous, we don't race with nitrous really. It's just for show. And then in the tires, make sure to put all the way at the end the race plus tires. Those are going to be the best, grippiest tires possible. And that is it. So once you do that, now you're going to go to the bridge here, and then you're going to do pretty much like a pass. Let me guys show you my settings really quickly. So if you go to my settings, you can go to the controller and you can customize all of your buttons. So these are my button settings. You have the horn, you have the lights. Really neat. I have it all laid out pretty much kind of like how Forza will be, because I do shift with manual and clutch, as you guys see. The clutch helps you out tremendously to rev your vehicle to where you want to be at. And these are the main settings here for a controller. I am running an Xbox controller, so kind of have your layout the same way as mine. Would work out tremendously and help out, just easier to transition on your gears. Besides that, these are the main settings that I have here. Let's turn off the traffic real quick, since we're going to be drag racing. The audio, I kind of go on the master low, the music low, of course. And then here, I kind of go as highest frames as I can. I'm on ultimate right now. Of course, I take the blur off. I don't like none of that. And that is that with my settings. So let's save that. Traffic is going to start going away. And then you can race back and forth on this bridge here. On the way back, you can race right here, this little line right here. And pretty much very simple. You can rev up the car by pressing the clutch down. You can rev up the car without nothing moving. What that does is you can stage your car. You can do like a 4,000 launch, a 3,000 launch, depending on what you want to be. All the cars are a little bit different. And then what you do is you can shift them. After you let go of the clutch, you don't have to press the clutch anymore. So after you let go of the clutch, you can just shift without pressing the clutch. The game is very smooth without the clutch. It really kind of doesn't need the clutch as much. The main reason we're using the clutch is just for our launches. But besides that, you don't need the clutch at all. So here is the quarter-mile line, which is where this finishes right here. Somebody can throw their lights or headlights or the reverse tail lights, and then their brake lights actually, and then you guys can go. So it's fairly simple, nice bridge here, good quarter mile, and then you just kind of find your good launch point. On this vehicle, I think it's about like a kind of like a very low number, so that when you shift, it kind of shifts right through, and then it hooks and just goes, just like you guys see. So there you go. Real nice little easy pass there. So it's up to you guys where how you guys want to launch it and things like that. There is a full throttle launch. There is a 2K launch. There's a little higher, and also you can use traction control if that's your thing too. So that's all pretty much with that. Let's go to our next selection here, which is right over here. This is going to be the other spot that a lot of people have been racing at for the quarter mile. Once you get here, everybody kind of meets up here, and then you have these waterfalls. This was like it's like a canyon. I mean, it just looks pretty awesome. The styling of what they did. But you pretty much will race from right over here. You'll race from here on the way from this side to the other side, to the other tunnel, and that kind of gives you there a quarter mile. Same aspect. You can do the rev launch. You can put the traction on, and then get yourself a launch with it, and then see what it how the car drives and things like that. So it's just all the way up to you and how you like it. Tuning aspect wise though, let's go to my tuning area, which is a airport that we have. We have an airport right over here. There's an airport, and you also have a tuning shop right here next to it, which is awesome because you can tune the car, go right outside, do a couple passes, see how your car maneuvers, and then you're going to go right back in there and keep adjusting it. So now that you have all the parts on all of the engine and suspension body, if you do press on, let's say here you press Y, you're going to give you another settings here. These settings, for this one is the suspension setting. If you got the top bar, take a look at the very top of the screen. You got weight, power, max speed, acceleration, and rear-wheel drive, which gives you a balance of the vehicle. Those are going to be your what to look at. So if you do change this left and right, and you see it turn red, as you guys see the acceleration just turn red, this is bad. So you don't want none of that. You just kind of want to leave it alone. So leave that alone, right? So that as you see, it messed up my acceleration. So all of these are all different. It goes based on how the car likes it or how it feels. And you don't want it to go red. You don't want it to be a worse acceleration or max speed or the power or anything like that. You want it to be green. It'll turn green as a positive. So that's how, with the tuning of the suspension and everything, that's how you'll want it. Besides that, let's go to the gears. You have your transmission here, and you have your final drive. You can change your final drive. This way is long gears, and this way is short gears. So just depending on how you want it is going to be determining on about your launch. So if this is your final drive, let's put my final drive there. Let's say you got first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and all the way to six. You can also adjust your sixes and your first. And remember, if you go to the left, is longer the gear. If you go to the right, is shorter the gear. So those are the final drive and the gears. So make sure you can adjust those according to your launch. So I just did that right there. Let's go outside so I can show you guys a few launches, and then that'll kind of sum up a real nice, simple tutorial for drag racing. This way, you guys can get the grasp of it and make your own drag race cars a lot easier and things like that. We can make the community a lot bigger, and more people get this game and start drag racing. So, all in all, as you can see, put the car in first gear. I did those configurations to it. I'm gonna launch it at 4,000, see what happens. There you go. It gripped a little bit more, but now my second gear was bouncing too much. So what I'll do, I'll go right back to here. I'll fix my second gear by going towards press Y, go all the way down to second gear, make it longer, and then that's the whole thing about the drag tuning part of it. So once you guys keep going back and forth, especially here in this nice little airport spot, you guys can go back and forth and make your car faster and faster, which will, essentially may give you guys a good launch and everything like that. So just all depending on, where it's a good spot. Look at that. Look how it holds on second gear there. There you go. See? All how very simple it was. And then that's because my launch was a 4,000 launch. I chose to do that launch. It'll probably maneuver better if I did a little lower launch. So let's do a little lower at 3,000. There you go. It gripped and it goes. See? And look at that second gear holding on without spinning. We got third gear and fourth gear coming back to back. So that's all it is, guys. Just going to be going back and forth. Make sure to pay attention on that top bar. Everything that when it turns green is good. When it turns red is not. And also do your tire setup so you can have maximum grip in the rear. And that is it. That is it. That sums up a really nice drag tune for you guys. Hope you guys like it. Subscribe, enjoy. And I'll see you guys around with another CarX video in the future. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye now.